What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, another bad topic to cover today, because it is just, a question that comes naturally with what's going on right now with Transformers 1 and stuff, with the box office returns not being up to par with how it should be, and things just not looking good for the profit on that movie, which in turn is going to be very bad for sequels for Transformers 1 and could affect the live action stuff. But the real test, I've been saying this, and the real test would be if the next live action movie fails, then I really think things would look pretty bad for any Transformers movie, whether it's animated or live action going forward. They may take a long break, like 5 to 10 years without making a movie. Hasbro might take the rights back from Paramount and shop around for a different studio to make movies for it. Who knows what the scenario would be if the G.I. Joe crossover movie fails, but it does have a serious problem going into production and for its release. It is rumored to release in summer of 2026. That was the date that Lorenzo gave earlier this year. I think it was in one of his interviews that he's done. One of his many infamous interviews that he's done this year, where he just says a bunch of nonsense that gets us fans upset and just pissed off at him. He just needs to be fired. He's one of the main problems, I guess. Just a fan like me on the outside looking in, it's like, this dude, man, Lorenzo, what WTF are you doing, man? Just the things this guy says in his interviews. Like, do you even think before you speak? He was just on record saying, I covered this in one of my recent videos, this was like last week or something. He was like, we now realize the audience wants to see movies from the Transformers point of view and that they're characters with emotion or something along those lines. You're just now figuring that out 20 years later since you've been signed on for these movies in 2004, 2005, he was signed on for the 2007 movie. So, buddy, how much more mentally unstable can you seem in these interviews? He is one of the main problems. He's been a producer on every single Transformers movie, if you guys don't know. And we're at this point now where we don't know what the future may hold because of guys like Lorenzo putting their meaty, sweaty, greedy hands on these Transformers movies and meddling with them too much to the point of, this is unbearable to watch, or people just don't want to go see it. I don't know. You can't really fault Michael Bay 100% at this point when we're still seeing some of these problems carry over, even with him gone. With Rise of the Beast, with, Transformers 1 was a really great movie, but numbers-wise, it's just not doing good. It's just not the spectacle that people were wanting, I guess, And Michael Bay, whether you love him or hate him, he knew how to bring a spectacle to the movies, except for, The Last Night, obviously, and parts of Age of Extinction, which is partly his fault, but you really got to look at things now with how Lorenzo is. Was that 100% Bay's fault? I never really thought this, and especially nowadays, I don't think so. I just think there needs to be a complete power shift at Paramount with whoever, oversees these Transformers movies, because marketing-wise, it's doing terrible with these recent movies like Rise of the Beast, TF1, and Bumblebee wasn't really marketed too well either, but that was because they were hot off the heels of the failure of The Last Night. I've said this before in previous videos in my video yesterday, but I'll say it here for those of you who didn't watch those videos or don't remember. Paramount is scared kinda to market Transformers movies right now because of what happened during The Last Night days. If you guys don't know, The Last Night was marketed up the yin-yang. They spent a lot of money marketing that movie, and look at where that got them, it failed at the box office. It made them basically lose money or break even, whatever the numbers were on that. And yeah, where we are right now. Like, they just don't want to market a Transformers movie correctly. They don't want to spend a lot on it. And it's costing them money at this point. I think Rise of the Beast suffered from it last year, and I definitely think Transformers 1 is suffering from it. Because the main gimmick that surrounded the marketing of this movie was the test screenings, the early screenings, months in advance for fans to go see the movie, and just anybody who was able to apply for an early screening could go see the movie and, drop their thoughts and that they went to go see it or what have you. And that was the main basis behind the rollout in the last couple months leading up to the movie. And looking back on it, with where we are now with the box office and not many people going to go see the movie, it's pretty telling that just didn't work at all. Like, you need to do more than just test screenings, because if you look at it this way, who is really going to pay attention to early receptions of test screenings for Transformers 1? Not the general audience. It's going to be pure fans that are going to be looking at these things online. The general audience, say a boy named Charlie who's 10 years old, he's not going to know about Transformers 1 through early test screenings because he's probably not going to have social media. He's probably not going to be that well versed into where to find this information for Transformers, even if he did. So they gotta do TV spots again, to the point where you just see Transformers TV spots all the time. That's how it used to be when I was a little kid. When they would market these movies, they would market them to high heaven. We would see TV spots every channel, every station, almost every hour leading up to the movie's release. You don't get that anymore. I didn't see that with Rise of the Beast or Transformers 1. I would see a TV spot occasionally here and there, but not all the time like it used to be, or frankly, in my opinion, like how it should be. So I really think the marketing is something that they really got to step up for the G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover movie. They need to make a story that really resonates with people, and in a way that just doesn't try and copy the spectacle of the Bay films or try and repeat the magic that the first couple films had. They just need to get creative minds in there, in the writing room, or whoever else in what role, to just create something that is going to make people want to go see the movie. Because just as great as Transformers 1 is, it's a story that we've seen a bunch of times before. Heroes falling to the dark side, a hero rising, conflict, war rising, it's a very similar tropey story that we've gotten countless times before. And it's been proven in recent years that general audiences are starting to get sick of that same spectacle. That's just how it is. And studios need to find new creative ways to get people to go see the movies. That's just where we are right now in the 2020s. When you go through 50, 60 years of film and you're using that same formula for 50, 60 years, the human race is going to get tired at some point. And that's kind of where we are at this point. So I think with the G.I. Joes and the Transformers together, they can create a unique story where it's not the same sort of stories and plot lines weaved in. I mean, you got to still keep a similar outline for a movie story, but just give it a unique spin to it. You could do it. It's been done before recently. You just need to be creative. You need good writers in there. I don't know the guy that they hired to write the movie, if he's got what it takes. I'm not sure. I remain hopeful because he's written decent things. I mean, he was involved with, I think, the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, so I'm not sure how well that's gonna go over, but to make of that what you will. But the movie is just in trouble right now. It's in a weird space because of the lackluster returns on Rise of the Beast and Transformers 1 going into the movie. There's a lot riding on it, so I don't know what's gonna come of this movie, honestly, guys. We just gotta wait and see in the next couple years, because it's not looking the greatest right now, and especially since everything is going to be riding on this movie because it is live action and because it's going to be more of a spectacle film. It's really going to determine things going forward. So, guys, we really got to buckle our seatbelts the next couple of years leading up to the release of this movie. And during the release of it, we got to go out there and support it and see what happens, because the Transformers movie franchise is starting to become in limbo, if you ask me. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I don't want to ramble on too much longer. You know, it's just where we are right now. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below, how do y'all feel about the current state of the Transformers movie franchise? Are you worried about the G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover movie? All my social medias are linked down below, including my email if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries, or if you want to message me about whatever. Or if you want to subscribe to my new Patreon link down below, I just posted a bunch of new content, such as stop motions, a bunch of different photography with Jixis and poses with him, and I uploaded a new soundtrack snippet for my upcoming Transformers stop motion film, SPARKEATER, The Extract. So if you guys want to help support me and help support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!